Here's everything you need to know about how Facebook has changed the way it presents business pages. Now, Facebook has rolled out a new design, a new layout for business pages, and that has gone across all business pages. So it's actually hard to find a visual of what the old page used to look like, but I've managed to find some screenshots here. So a couple of things you'll notice. Firstly, the profile photo overlaps the cover image, which is a little bit cropped in this photo, but you can see the cover image and the profile photo overlaps it. Beneath the page, you've got a couple of metrics here. So we've got likes and we've got followers. It's important to remember that because we'll get to how that's changed. But then we've got the about section here where you've got your bio, you've got your category, and you've got some contact information and details there. And here's another screenshot from Nomad Clothing. Obviously, when the screenshot was taken, the person was logged in. So they see a few different things here, but again, you can see the profile image overlaps the cover image. There's likes, there's followers, and then down here is where you would find the bio and other relevant information. Now I want to show you what this looks like on the new layout. So new layout, firstly you'll notice the profile photo no longer overlaps the cover image. We've just got a cover image up here that stands on its own. So what's really important here is making sure that your cover image is up to date, is accurate, but also looks good, because this is one of the first things that people are going to see when they land on your page. Now beneath your page title, as the classroom, you'll see two metrics again. But instead of having how many people like your page and how many people follow your page, those numbers have been consolidated into one metric, which is now just followers. We no longer see liking a page, we just see following a page. You can see here on the right the call to action to follow this page. So likes and followers, the way that Facebook did this is they just added them together, put them together. Now some people liked and followed the same page, so it's not like so there's no double ups there. But they have added in a second metric here, which is following. So how many people this page is, or pages this page itself is following. You used to be able to find this information under the about section. It was a few clicks away, but now they've made it front and center. Something else they've made front and center is the bio. So you may remember the bio used to be down here, but now it is appearing close to the top under your cover image. And we also have our category. Again, category has been lifted from the section down here and is put up here front and center. And then what they've done is they've really simplified this about section. It used to be called about, it's now called details. I'm seeing different layouts on different pages depending on what type of page and what category of page people have. But you'll see here front and center is our reviews. Then we've got links to our website and our contact information, which is really important. So I do like this. They've simplified it a bit and made it a bit easier to read. Jump across into another page here. This is Te Papa Museum in Wellington. Same thing. Photo, profile photo and cover image are now separated. So you get to see the whole cover image, really important. Followers and following. So we're not seeing likes and followers. We're just seeing followers now. The category here, and then their bio here. Now we've got quite a bit more room for our bios now with the new layout. We can actually add quite a bit of content in here, and I've seen some people successfully have a good 3 or 4 sentences. So have a think about your bio and what possible changes you can make here, and then a detail section down here. The reason I wanted to include Te Papa's page is because they've missed a trick here. They're not up to speed, and their details section is showing their address. Now being a museum in a physical location you go and visit, I can understand why address is really important, but they don't have their address there. This is blank, which doesn't look great. So just a word to Papa, if you do see this, I would suggest checking your address in there. So some homework for you. Here's 3 or 4 things I really want you to consider now that you've got a brief understanding of these pages. New page layout. Firstly, have a look at your cover image. Is it up to date? Does it stand out like it should? If not, probably time to consider a new cover image to be updated. Your bio. So in the previous version, our bios were down here. Now you were quite constrained in terms of how many characters and words you could fit in your bio. Now we're seeing a reasonable amount of more space for that. So have a think about your bio. What's important? What information do you need to have in that bio? Also have a look at your category. Is your page in the right category? It might have been a while since you've even thought about that. Maybe you created your page a while ago and it's been a few years since you've even considered the category, but now the category is a bit more important. It's front and center. So make sure that you've got the right category. And then I want you to look down at your details section. Do you have information in the right place? Is everything up to date? Do you have the right contact details? Is your Instagram connected? Do you have the website links there? And then under a section at the top here, what are we seeing in terms of address, reviews, various things like that, making sure that's all up to date. So new Facebook page layout. Love it, hate it, let me know. But if you would also like some help or some recommendations around how you can really get the most for your business out of the new Facebook page layout, hit us up at the classroom and we're more than happy to offer some help and some recommendations there as well.